everybody, this is Mattdoesfitness, and there's 3 guys on a boat and they have 4 cigarettes but no lighter or matches. What do? They throw 1 cigarette overboard and the whole boat becomes a cigarette lighter. Okay, this is my squat highlights from week 2 of my 6th cycle, and I can assure you it was a good one. I'm not lying, I'm not exaggerating the truth, I'm merely stating facts. Oh, thank you for that display of buttocks, excellent. Yeah, it was a good week, a positive week, things are moving in the right direction. So first session was 5 sets of 5 at 200 kilos, 441 pounds, and spoiler alert coming up, I got them all, and I'm pretty pleased with that. This was a session I did, I think, like 3 weeks before I went away. So I feel like I'm probably now like a week away from being where I was before I left. So yeah, things are moving in the right direction. My deadlifts have now caught up where I was before I left. My bench has also done the same. So my squats are now very close. So like I've been saying the whole time, come the end of this cycle, I feel like I'm going to be in a good position to hit some PRs, and that is what everything is all about. Anyway, so also you might have seen a dude there on the left-hand side of the screen. You might see him kind of popping in and out every now and then. He's also a fellow powerlifter. He happened to be frequenting the gym as I was there, and so we squatted together. It was actually very kind of him. I came in as he was literally just starting his squats, which was an irritating situation, but he very, very kindly allowed me to squat in the rack with him. He had his the pin set up on the other side of the rack, and he said, you know, it's fine, you just kind of squat where you want to squat and I'll squat where I want to squat. But what ended up happening is that my plates were hitting his as I was squatting, so he said, it's fine, I'll just come over and use your pins. Now the guy is probably a good 4 inches shorter than me, so he essentially was doing a really kind of heavy calf raise to unrack the bar every time. So massively appreciated that, very kind of him, and it meant I can get my session done. And plus it was nice having someone else to squat with you. I'm so used to training by myself for the majority of the time. It's nice, you know, just having someone to chat to in between sets and someone just having a look at form and stuff. It makes it, you know, a little bit different. There he is there actually. I think his name was Peter O'Sullivan. That's actually a lie. I've literally just made that name up. Right, here's my 5th and final set. Yeah, I mean, overall, kind of the same as it has been recently. The weight felt, you know, fairly manageable. It was no kind of, I wasn't panicking at any point. It was just that kind of form and you know, getting the groove right and the kind of motor patterns and stuff. But definitely felt a lot more comfortable this week. Like the first few days when I came back, I said it at the time, but yeah, those squats were horrendous. It felt so uncomfortable. If you want to see some ugly squats, look at my first squat session back after I came back from holiday. They were rubbish, but yeah, things feel a lot better now, a lot more kind of comfortable in how they should do. And it all comes down to frequency. You know, I always squat twice a week for a long period of time, so my body is obviously used to doing that, and just having a couple of weeks out obviously threw me off. But yeah, things are feeling much better now. And like I said, it will be PR time before you know it. So that was my 5 sets of 5. Didn't, you know, it was horrible as always, but nowhere near as bad as it has been. You know, those sessions can be horrendous. I know when I'm kind of starting to plateau a little bit or approaching a plateau, because those sessions get ridiculously hard, and I'm, you know, on the brink of throwing up and stuff. But this one was nowhere near that bad, so that's obviously a good thing. I was pretty fried though, so for front squats, accessory work, didn't do too much. Just 3 sets of 5, 100 kilos, 220 pounds. Obviously very, very light. They were nice and easy. It was a nice break actually. And there, I actually managed to rack the kind of I don't know what it's called, like the collar part of the bar in the thing, and it got stuck. So I had a couple of awkward couple of minutes trying to pull that back out again. Anyway, that was that. I dusted myself off and moved on to some accessory work. I did some machine rows, 4 sets of about 10 to 12 reps, the 4th set being a drop set. I've been doing all kinds of drop sets recently. Since I came back from holiday, I'm all over drop sets. I've got into a rhythm of doing 3 sets and then just dropping the weight right down and doing a 4th set as a drop set. And here I'm using the shiniest dumbbells in the world. Shiny! I did, again, 4 sets with the fourth set being a drop set, working in the 8 to 12 rep range. And that was my first session, my friends. I then went home, went to bed, and then I woke up the following morning and realised that the whole session had been a dream, that it never actually happened. And so, in the style of the book, which is called Remainder, look it up if you've never heard of it or read it, I hired a team of actors to reenact the entire event. So what you've just seen there wasn't actually me, it was actually an actor, let's just call him Mr. X, but he played the part of me the whole time. I actually played the part of the guy that was helping me out, and there were various colourful kind of round actors playing the plates and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it was difficult, obviously, to pinpoint all of the positions of things and stuff to make it realistic, but I feel like it represented my dream pretty well. Anyway, second session of the week, and this was another good one. So, session was 5 sets of 3 at 210 kilos, 463 pounds, which again is very close to a PR for sets and reps for me, and it felt good. It did feel kind of heavy on my back, but in terms of the reps, again, there was never any doubt. None of them were, kind of major grinders. They all went up pretty well, so I'm very happy with that. The plan would be, I guess, come the end of this cycle, to be doing this for 5 sets of 5. That would be really, really good, so we'll see how that happens. Or how that goes, sorry. I'm also very pleased to get this session because I am struggling a bit. I've got an abscess under one of my teeth, so I need to have like a root canal treatment. And whilst I'm waiting for that to be done, I'm on antibiotics. So I literally started taking them today. The day of this session, I was a bit worried because my mouth's been hurting, and obviously I have no idea if antibiotics are meant to affect you physically, but I like to fly in the face of medical science. I thought I'd just go for it anyway, and I actually felt fine. It was kind of probably more of a mental thing than anything. So hopefully I've got 5 days of antibiotics, then I'll be getting the root canal done fairly soon. So hopefully none of that's going to affect anything. I'll just try and get stuff done, irrespective of what's going on there, because let's face it, it'll be pretty ridiculous to let a tooth affect my training and my gains, so I'm not going to let it. And if it does start to become an issue, I will potentially just wear a massive helmet, which is like a freezer helmet, so it just freezes my head. And then obviously I'll feel nothing. I presumably will probably be brain dead as well, but swings and roundabouts. Here's the fourth set. I mean, you can see there's a couple of grinders, but nothing, no kind of really iffy, like no kind of close ones. They all felt pretty good. And then the fifth set's coming up now, which again was fairly good. Another sidetrack, which has nothing to do with what I'm talking about now, but my knee sleeves. I guess when my legs are getting bigger, they're getting harder and harder to get on. So they took a while to get on. It was really irritating. I've seen guys do the trick where you kind of fold the top down, fold the bottom up, and then pull them up your legs and then put them back. I've tried it a few times. It's worked quite well, but today it wouldn't work. I couldn't get them up over the top of my calves. It was like ridiculously tight. So I don't know if any of you guys have any good SBD knee sleeve putting on tips. If you do, please let me know. If you don't, then why are you even here? Just go away, please. Yeah, so that was 5 sets of 3. Went really well. Happy with that. And then I did some accessory work. I did some front squats. So in my last training cycle, before I went away, this would have been speed deadlifts, but I've decided to remove that because my deadlifts went down last cycle. It kind of sucked, so I figure I was doing too much. So I replaced it with some more front squats. No major volume, just a little bit of work. 3 sets of 2, 140 kilos, 309 pounds. Felt nice and light, to be fair. Really light, actually. I probably could have hit a PR for a single if I'd gone for it, but didn't really think about it at the time, and quite frankly I couldn't be bothered. So that was that. Then I did some bodybuilding accessory type work. I did some old school lat pull downs with a pretty wide grip, which felt really good, to be fair. I felt a lot of lat engagement, so I'll try and do these more frequently. You can probably guess my set and rep pattern. I did 4 sets of 10 to 12, with the 4th set being a drop set. I think this is actually the drop set here, which is why there's a very small amount of weight on the machine, the kind of weight that your grandma would probably lift following a Pilates session. Yeah, so I did these. I did after I think I stayed on this machine. So obviously, recently for a while I've just been using the machines because the machine weights because the gym has really good ones, but I thought today I'd do something a little bit different just to mix it up. I think the most important thing with bodybuilding is to do different stuff. Don't let your body adapt too much. So here I'm doing some cable rows with a narrow grip, and again exactly the same as last time, 4 sets of 10 to 12, with the 4th set being a drop set. And that, my friends, was my session, and that was my week. So I'm very pleased with how the squats are going. Training in general is going really well. Really good week, positive week for me, to be fair. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe as always, and I will see you tomorrow.